It's time for the rundown. Tune in as Amelia and Lori share their must-dos in some of their favorite cities, amuse you with their guilty pleasures, share the unsung promo hero of the week, and help decipher all those impossible text acronyms.
Hello and welcome to episode 32 of The Rundown. I am Amelia Madl, one of your hosts from Promo Corner, and joining me is Miss Cutie in those hot blue shades, Lori Bolton of the Magnet Group. Hey, girl.
Hey, Amelia.
You look so like 80s and cutesy right now. I can't stand it.
Aren't they cute? Like, these are my new favorite glasses. And I think they have our name on them.
They do.
Love, love, love.
I like these ones. If you can see, there's a reflection. You can see yourself in it, but I like that nobody can see my eyes in some of these.
Those are like those are bad.
My other glasses, people can see my eyes. And I've noticed the kids these days, the cool things are to wear like the lenses that nobody can see through.
I'm telling you, I miss all these memos. Please start CCing me, and if not a CC, a BCC.
Okay. Well, the fashion show that we just put on for you is sponsored by none other than TechWeld, our show sponsor. So when you're thinking promotional product items, stellar customer service, made in the USA products, business solutions, think TechWeld. TechWeld is an award-winning promotional product supplier, having received the Distributor Choice Award in the sunglasses category and the Sagney Supplier of the Year Award. Check them out at techweld.com and find the customer service you deserve and the products you need. Think TechWeld. Thanks all.
Thank you. I love them. I'm actually going to take some this weekend. Well, I'll fill you in where I'm
and
going.
If I wear these in the morning, I don't have to wear makeup, right? Then you don't have to worry about that.
Love them. Thank you.
Love it. So Lori, you've been on a 2.5-week road excursion, traveling for work. You just hit it hard. Husband and dog don't even know who you are anymore. Tell me, let me live through you. What exciting things did you do?
So I truly was on the road for 13 days straight, 7 hotels with 2 other stops at my friend Athena's house in Central California. But it was brutal. So started off on a Sunday driving to San Diego and literally covered the entire state of California over these 13 days. So San Diego made our way all the way up to San Francisco, Sacramento, and then started coming back down. Mm-hmm. I think I logged like 2,200 miles for those 13 days, but I was grateful to have many things. One, to see my industry friends I haven't seen for so long, our customers. Mm-hmm. It was all really, really good, but I'm exhausted, a little tired.
Traveling, especially like driving, it is stressful and exhausting to try and like get in traffic, make it to time on your appointments, get to tear down, set up, make sure you know where you're going to the hotel, especially if you're driving in California and it's dark, like trying to figure out the roads. You're from there, but
it doesn't matter.
It's stressful at the end of the day. You're just like,
yeah, when I cross the state line, I'm like, all right, I gotta now pay attention because it's crazy. So crazy. But I'm home. The tour is not over. This is David Monahan's event that he puts together, the Ideas and Inspiration Show. And we've got Arizona coming up and then the Pacific Northwest, Colorado. So there's still more to go, but the 2 weeks for California was big. It was a big deal.
Awesome. Well, those other states are a little bit smaller than California, so
yes,
a little bit more manageable.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to. What have you been up to?
Girl, I just do whatever my kids tell me and my dogs tell me. That's it. No, work has been good. I have all these dogs sleeping under my feet. I can't even put my foot down right now. The big one is literally laying under me. I can't move my chair up. So sports for the kids, cheer time, basketball time. My son wants to do a competitive flag football before he goes to junior high to play tackle next year. And then I joined some boards and committees. So I'm new to PPAM, or PPA Midwest is the official title now. So I joined the board and then I'm on a couple committees. So we've been having a lot of calls. And I also got put on the women's leadership work group. So we had our first call the other day, which is going to be exciting. So yeah, good stuff, fun stuff.
That's exciting.
Nice to like
That's so exciting.
branch out and brainstorm. And some of the people, obviously I know my regional, but with women's leadership, I only knew 1-2 of the other people. I didn't know the others. So it's going to be fun to kind of,
I think it's great that you're doing it. And I think
and-
it's good that you're also branching out a little bit. So
yeah,
good job, Amelia.
thank you. So that's what I've been doing, girl.
You're always busy with the kids.
I know they suck your soul. They suck you dry.
They take your soul.
They do. So with loving with Lori, we love Lori. With living with Lori, we've been talking about the 12 pieces, and meal prep and cooking and stuff was one, which I gotta imagine yours is screwed, blued, and tattooed, living on the road, and just kind of eating when you can and what you can. And you've been on a cleanse too, I know, or you were
on a cleanse. Yeah, but I have to tell you,
ended yet? It's been like 2 months.
Yeah, it's ended, but yes, it ended. It ended at the end of January, but I did like really good. I stopped, didn't have any like sugars or alcohol from December 31st. So that was my last like day night. And then I went almost all the way to the very end of January. So I did really good and dropped probably, I think like 5 pounds.
Good for you, girl.
Yeah. So yeah, really, really good. But I have to tell you, with me having my own vehicle, I did take on my stuff. I've got my little BlendJet blender that's a USB charge, my protein powder, all of my stuff like I had in the car. I packed my sunflower seeds that I put in my smoothie, my chia seeds.
That's what you have to do though. If you are going to be on the road and you have a place that you can put that. So having a car is much easier than like trying to get it through TSA security. But if you are being strict and regimented, you have to do that. Because if you're on the road, it's granola bars, whatever somebody puts in front of you is what you eat when it's provided.
So I'm really I was really stoked when I got home, because when I looked back at the 2 weeks, I ate pretty clean. So it was good.
Awesome. Okay. So what are we learning this week? What are we doing?
So again, for those of you that might be new to the podcast, we've got primary food and secondary food. Secondary food is what we put in our body. Primary food is 12 pieces of life that affect ultimately secondary food, what we put in our body. So this week, we're going to talk about social life. So as we reflect back and look at like the last 2 years, many people still to this day don't have a social life. Because they're either afraid to go out and catch something, or, they're just not comfortable. So I'm not encouraging anybody to do anything they're not comfortable with, but I want to focus on your social life and what does that look like, whether you're married, have a partner, or just doing something for you. February is all about self-love and taking care of yourself. And this is a piece of it, of the social life. So are you getting time to go out and meet with the girls and have a glass of wine and happy hour? For me, I'm doing my Pilates 2 to 3 times a week in the morning when I'm home. I'm also getting my NAD IV therapies, which I love. So again, just really taking care, and that's part of social too. And then like my Pilates group next week, it's limited to 15 girls, but we're going to downtown and doing wine tasting.
That's awesome.
That's something that wasn't happening because of COVID and restrictions.
Yeah.
Some states are more strict than others. But really trying to make that effort and get together with people and get outside of our little bubble that we've been trapped in. So social life, I challenge you. I know it's got to be hard for you because you've got kids.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's just a lot of shuffling in the evening and who has to be picked up and who has to be where, and if it's night driving or whatever. So I did meet my sister-in-law recently. She just texted like last minute spur of the moment, hey, I'm here. Do you want to meet? Cool. So me and my husband went and met her. Her husband ended up coming when he was done on their farm. So we met and stayed for a while. The girls, we came home and the guys actually stayed out later. Like I was like, I have to get home. I need to get the kids situated, make sure everything's checked. So I left them. And then another thing that I have tried to do, if we can fit it in, one of my really good girlfriends, her daughter cheers with my daughter. So we don't always want to go watch all of the games or the events. So we will like meet up earlier and be like, hey, let's go have a drink or two. And then we go to the game and watch the kids or catch the tail end of something. So we try and incorporate, like if we're already out and about, maybe we can just like sneak away for a minute. Assuming
makes that
we don't
cheer look so much better.
Assuming we don't get too carried away drinking.
I think it's awesome. And that's exactly what I'm talking about because, right, it takes a little bit of coordination, it takes a little bit of effort, planning. But when you're done, it's like, that felt really good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Felt really good
to socialize and just get away, get out of your house. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
So, so I did do that recently, out of my house. I don't know if family dinner is socializing, but just leaving the house, putting on clothes, getting in a car, driving somewhere. We did all that as a family. And so my kid convo was a matter of us going to Texas Roadhouse, which is just a very chill, laid back place. And they, you know, have the armadillo as their logo or their character, whatever. And so we had ordered these rattlesnake rattlers, which were like jalapeno poppers, more or less. And we're trying to tease my son, and he's asking if there's real snake involved. And we're like, absolutely, of course. It's called a rattlesnake. Yeah, they put rattlers in there so you could shake the package, and there's some snake meat. And on the way there, we did see this ratty ass raccoon like walking down the road. We were like, ooh, that thing's mangy.
What?
There's a lot of raccoons walking around down here. So that was on my son's brain. So when we were talking about the snake and eating it and everything, he blurts out, he's like, well, don't eat raccoon because you know you'll get herpes. And my husband goes, what did you say? And I was like, calm down. It's like, do you know what that means? He's like, no. And I was like, well, why would you say it? He's like, well, I thought it's, you know, like when you get sick when they bite you or whatever. And I'm like, do you mean rabies? Like, yeah, that's what I meant, rabies.
But where on earth did he hear the H word from?
I don't know. I mean, kids these days,
I know
videos.
I know.
I don't know where he heard the word, but I was trying to, he's like, well, what is herpes? And I was like, well, it also is a virus. Like I said, rabies, you have to get a lot of shots. It's really bad. I've heard it's really painful if you get bit by an animal and all the shots you have to go through. I said, but herpes is a virus that lives inside of you. And, you know, people get cold sores, and in another year or so, you'll watch a video at school and they'll explain all of that to you. So it was the funniest thing, especially my husband's expression, because he literally was about ready to blow a gasket at the table thinking that
choke those on those rattlesnake bites.
He was saying that, yeah, damn those rattlesnake bites. It just went into a whole line of questions.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, they each end in IES, right? So that's probably what happened, is he just like, you know,
you don't want either. So I mean, you don't want either.
Avoid both.
I'm covering the bases.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Super funny.
So when we get embarrassed and we have these conversations, we put on our shades and then we don't have to make eye contact with our children anymore. And the reason I put on my shades is because our unsung hero this week is nominated by none other than Ray Rodriguez of TechWeld. And he nominated Linda Addison of TechWeld as well. And I think she had something to do with getting these over to us. So we're going to listen to Ray.
Hello, everyone out there in promo land. Ray Rodriguez with TechWeld. My unsung hero is Linda Addison. Linda has been with the company for several years, and she is my right-hand person, my left-hand person, my right foot, left foot. I mean, without her, I couldn't walk, I couldn't crawl, I couldn't do anything. But not only does she work for me and the sales team, but she's involved in every aspect of the business, from accounting to marketing to sales to samples to shows. And the word no is not in her vocabulary. She's get asked to do so many things, and she is just always eager to get out there and get it done. She helps customers where she can. She's involved with our regional managers. She's a central nervous system of the company. So my shout out goes to an incredible individual, Linda Addison, and I personally want to thank her. And I know some of you have worked with her and know what I'm talking about. So have a great day and great work, Linda.
Thank you so much, Ray. I really appreciate you doing the video. And thank you, Linda, for keeping Ray in check. He is a full-time job and then some. I love the man, and Linda has her hands or her work cut out for her. So thank you both. It was very sweet of you to send us all of these cool shades. And I just can't get over how awesome the little logo looks. And
our names are on them.
yeah, and they didn't even ask me for anything. So they got that off the internet somewhere because they didn't even ask me. So it was a complete shock when I got a box of all these sunglasses.
So amazing.
Love, love gifts.
Yes.
So you have been traveling a lot, and last time we talked, you had to. So you had not been watching any Cinemax or Skinemax or anything raunchy in your hotel room. So what are you doing to get by? What's your guilty pleasure since you've been on the road for 2 weeks?
No, pay for taking in the hotel room. Nope. So I have not had a chance because remember, I'm back in school. So any free time right now is studying hormones, which is fascinating, by the way.
Maybe you could teach Maddox about hormones and herpes at the same time.
Just pass them my way. Just send them out here. I'll take care of them. I'll put my shades on. It'll be all good, Amelia.
Yep.
So this is my guilty, I guess it's my guilty pleasure. It ties back to the social aspect that I was talking about, that I'm doing something this upcoming weekend that's really going to fill me up. So Sarah Gashgarian, who's over at Order My Gear OMG, is getting married this weekend in Austin. And I am one of very few people that got invited to come. It's mostly family. I think it's 35, including the kids. So I know. Yeah. So I'm flying out early tomorrow morning, and my best friend since the age of 4, her husband and daughter Aubrey live in Austin. And when I told her I was coming out that way, she's, oh my gosh, I'm picking you up from the airport. You're staying at the house. How long can I have you for before I have to take you over? And Sarah's not getting married until Monday. So I have all weekend with Christy and
nice.
Aubrey and her husband, Huey. So I don't think I've seen Christy since her mom's funeral, which was very hard on everybody. I mean, that was like my second mom. And I want to say it was like 10 years ago. So Aubrey was just maybe 2. I'm going by memory. But she was little, I remember. So I'm going to catch up with Christy. I'm gonna have to make sure that I don't tell any naughty stories because Aubrey's only 12.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
This is online. This is the hard thing about this. Like, again, I have to be careful about what I say.
Yeah.
I'm totally spilling the tea on my kids. And if they ever go back and watch some of these,
exactly,
I'm going to be in trouble.
Yes. So this is going to tie into how I'm taking care of my social life, and because I'm exhausted from being gone for 13 days and needed to get grounded. However, this is an important, like the two things, seeing Christy and Sarah is just super important and going to fill me up for many, many months to come. So super excited. So I don't have any guilty pleasures. This is what's been going on. So getting home, trying to plan all that and getting out.
Okay. That's good. Tell Sarah hello for me.
I will.
We all have the logo mark connection, but she was not there when I was there. So
no.
But I talk to her pretty regularly there. So
Aww.
So her hello and
Well,
squeeze that cute little baby of hers that's growing up way too fast. So my guilty pleasures are actually going to be recommendations of things that I'm going to be watching, and maybe while you are traveling, you can download 1 or 2 of these and watch them on the airplane.
okay.
So the first one is for Netflix, and it's called Inventing Anna. It dropped already, so it came out on February 11th. So I'm assuming all the episodes dropped. I think there's only 6. It's like a mini series. So it stars Julia Gardner, who is Ruth in the Ozarks, which I know you love. And I know. So she wears wigs in all of it. So her look, and I had to do a double take when I was watching the preview because it didn't even look like her because of the long, red straight hair that she has and everything. So it's totally based on a true story of a girl that is either from Germany or Russia. I can't remember.
I think it's a combo, Amelia, because she was on Jimmy Fallon and doing she got into character a little bit and did a couple different voices. Russian and then she transitioned into German or something. So I don't know. I haven't seen it. I just saw her on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. So it is a true story. So she acts kind of like she's like an heiress and scams a ton of people out of money. The real girl that did it went to jail, and so she went one place for like 4 years, and then they transitioned her to like more of a minimum security, but she's still in jail right now. So I can't wait. I can't wait to watch it.
So that sounds really good. I love true stories.
Yeah. So the other one is on Apple TV. So if you have Apple TV, it's called Severance, and it's a sci-fi. So I know sometimes you like kind of like those out of the box shows.
Yes.
So this is a show, and the workers, when they go to work, their memories are separated from non-work memories. I don't know how that works. So it's like, obviously sci-fi somehow. They say, do you give permission? And they say yes. And then like their personal life, they don't remember it during their work hours. And then when they go home, they don't remember it. And there's some type of crossover where memories are flashing, and it's getting very confusing. And Patricia Arquette is one of the stars. And then Adam Scott. Adam Scott is a really dry character, and I met him in real life one time, and I'm pretty sure he's a germaphobe. But you'll recognize him as soon as you see him. And then the third one is on Peacock, which I don't have. It dropped on the 13th. And I said I was from West Philadelphia. I was born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days, chilling out, relaxing, shooting some b-ball outside of school. Do you know where I'm going?
I think you're like in Bel Air.
In Bel Air, yes. Will Smith is behind the reboot of Bel Air.
Wow.
So that should be fun.
That should be a good one. So Amelia, did you realize that you just gave me 3 different networks to look at? And you didn't give me like, Lori, you can find these on channels 2 to 13 on Thursday at 5. Yay.
Okay, so Lori, last time I gave you some cool kid terms or terms that I thought were cool based on a search I did on the interwide webs. However, I found out, and you found out, that the kids don't know a lot of the terms that we thought the kids were using, other than yeet.
Yeet.
It's
I asked
Friday.
my niece. I had lunch with my niece, and I videotaped her to send it to you because I'm like, Amelia, I'm not crazy. Madison 16. I sent it to I filmed her, and she's like, no, Auntie.
Yeah, it was so cute. I got it. I was literally at the gas station, and I get this video clip that you sit and you're asking the words. She's like, nope. But she did know yeet.
Yeet.
And I asked my kids after we recorded that night, and a car full of kids that I had that were other people's kids, and they all knew yeet. And they told me that was so like last year, 2 years ago, junior high is what my daughter said. She's a freshman, and I'm like, you were legit in junior high last year. So I guess the terms change really fast. So I have two more kid terms for you. The first one is Gucci. So when you think Gucci, what do you think?
I think that it is rad, hot, cool.
Yeah. You think, well, I always think expensive, like how much is that going to cost me?
Yeah.
So for adults, Gucci is a luxury brand, but for teens, it's synonymous with the word good, cool, fine. Like it's all Gucci.
Fine. Oh,
and I heard the 12, 13-year-old group that was being hauled in my car saying that term. So I was like, okay, I'm going to use that one because it's current. I heard it. The other term for this is more of a PSA is Finsta. 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 I feel
Isn't
like
there a soda pop Finsta?
So Finsta is when your kid has 2 Instagram accounts. The one that you can find that they friend you and they let you know about. And okay, so we covered Finsta. So if your kids have 2 accounts, figure it out because they're doing stuff without you knowing. Okay, so that is all about the kids these days. This little part that I pulled up is about the adults these days and how we say terms incorrectly. So I have a couple, and you got to tell me which is the right way to say it. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So do you say for all intensive purposes or for all intent and purposes?
The first one, does that make sense, Amelia? I'm going to say it's the second one. Yay!
Lori's smart. She's going to do way better at these than emojis. So you are right. It's all intents and purposes because you're trying to put your message across. And used to say that one thing has the same effect or results of others. So good job.
Thank you.
Okay. So when you get away with something and you're like, I got away scot-free, do you say, or should you say scot free with one T? Do you say scotch free, kind of like almost like the tape? Or do you say Scott, like the name, with two T's?
It's definitely hard. So it's definitely not Scotch tape. And people probably, they do say that, but I think it's because it's like plain operator. They hear it,
Yeah.
and it gets diluted.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's SCO1T.
Ding, 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 ding. 2 for 2, Lori. You were right. So it is scot-free. The term Scot came from medieval times, and it meant like being taxed or having a levy. So if you got off scot-free, you got away with not paying that tax or levy. So
awesome.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay. One more. We're just going to do one more. Do you say case and point or case in point? Do you say and or in?
I'm going to say case and point.
It's in point. Boo, you just killed your perfect record.
Darn it.
So in is an instance or example that illustrates what is being discussed, as opposed to the case and then the point.
Oh, so it's CASE, then apostrophe N.
No apostrophe, just case IN.
Oh, in.
Yeah, like I'm in the water. Case in point.
Oh, I thought that's what I said. What did I say?
You said case and.
Oh, case in. Yes, of course.
You knew it. You just messed up.
I knew it.
Oh, awesome. Well, see, now we all know how to speak a little bit better, although I still have a problem with regular English and speech. So, but if you listen, I'm educating you. You don't do me. Do as I tell you. Don't do what I do.
Silly.
Oh boy. All right. Well, again, thank you, Tech Weld. Everybody remember
love
Tech Weld.
I'm taking something this weekend to give to Aubrey.
Thank Tech Weld for your promotional products need. They are made in the USA, available to help distributors grow their bottom line today. Visit techweld.com, check out their drinkware, sanitizer, kit options, sunglasses, and much, much more. We want everyone to make sure you tune in again on our next edition that drops on March 11th. Lori will have another piece of the pie for Living with Lori, and I'm sure my kids will say something to shock me, so I'll have some more ammo on them. And then make sure you let us know if you're watching any of these shows that I recommended that just came out, and be sure to send in your unsung promo hero videos. We love those.
Yes, we do too. Love them.
Right. Our future's so bright. Like you can see our selfie lights.
I know, you can see mine too. I love it.
See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.